there. So today is going to be another one brand wash day with Briogeo. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. I'm a licensed hairstylist with over 20 years of experience, and on this channel I use those 20 years of experience to help you have healthy, happy hair. So as I said, today is going to be a one brand wash day with Briogeo. So I have already shampooed and conditioned my hair, and I used the Curl Charisma, and I'm going to be using mostly the Curl Charisma. However, I did pick up a couple of other things from the Farewell Frizz line, so I'll be trying those out too. But for the most part, it's the Curl Charisma. So I used the Curl Charisma Rice Amino and Avocado Hydrating Shampoo, and I definitely felt like this got my hair nice and clean, and it didn't leave it feeling really dehydrated or anything like that. And then after that, I used the Curl Charisma conditioner, and it was kind of weird because it had great slip as I was running my brush through it, but it got kind of foamy, which was kind of weird. So it really foamed up and kind of lathered up, and that was kind of strange for a conditioner, but it did leave my hair feeling really good, and it had decent slip, so I was able to comb through it. I don't feel like, I have too much protein at this point, although I am kind of concerned about that because I think all of these products do have quite a bit of protein in them. I'll leave that down below because, as per usual, the writing's too tiny and I can't read it with my old eyes. So the next thing I'm going to be putting in my hair is going to be the Farewell Frizz Rosarco Milk Leave-In Conditioning Spray. And with spray leave-in conditioners, I like to spray them in my hand first and then apply them that way. I feel like it gives me much better control over how much I'm getting in my hair and where it's going, as opposed to just spraying it wherever. And so it kind of it looks milky. However, it's not incredibly creamy. There's a little bit of that to it, but it's mostly just kind of really watery with just a slight hint of creaminess to it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spray it in my hand and apply it all around my hair, making sure I get it nice and evenly distributed. And so far, all of these products are smelling really good. The shampoo kind of just smelled like clean. The conditioner had a bit of a sweet smell to it, almost like a sweet almond smell. Not quite, I don't think that's what it was, but something similar. And then this has kind of a nice floral, fruity smell to it. I don't know, but for right now, they all smell really good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take my brush and brush through just to make sure that everything is nice and evenly distributed throughout my hair. So I now have my hair sectioned off to begin styling, and for my stylers, I chose the Curl Charisma Rice Amino and Avocado Leave-In Defining Cream, and then I'm also going to be using the Curl Charisma Gel. It's the Rice Amino and Quinoa Frizz Control Gel. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started with applying a bit of the cream. This might be a little too much, we'll see. This smells really good. Kind of smells like food, but really good food, like really like sweet food, fruit, kind of, I don't know. It smells really good. All right, and then now I'm just gonna brush that through after applying it just to make sure that it's evenly distributed. I kind of do this process pretty much throughout until after I've gone through and defined my hair. I like to evenly distribute everything through my hair by brushing it. And then after I've defined, I don't brush through it anymore because it's defined and clumped and I don't want to break those up. And I just kind of apply the gel in over the top of that. And now the way that I brush style my hair is I go through and I start brushing it from the root and smoothing it all out, just to make sure that it is good and smooth to start with, to help prevent some frizz from being a little bit on the tangly or kind of disheveled side. The smoother your hair is when you start, and as you do your styling process, the smoother it's going to be and less frizzy it's going to be at the end. So I like to make sure that any budding tangles have been taken care of before they get a chance to take hold. And I just brush out and away from my head. And I do brush down rather than kind of curl it forward or curl it back, because my hair curls in all different directions and I don't want to go against its natural pattern, so I just go under. I'm not a fan of, like, you know, twisting it around the brush handle or finger rolling or finger coiling, mostly because, I don't know, it just, for me, it takes a really long time and I just don't like taking that amount of time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep doing this with my brush all the way around my head. So I do the 3 sections as I do typically, and I have other videos where I've shown that. So I do from ear to ear, then the middle section, and then the top section. And when I'm brushing, I brush out and away from my head, about 90 degrees from my head and 90 degrees from my head. So then that way my hair isn't stuck to my head and I can get a little bit of volume up at the roots so that I don't have flat head. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and finish all that up and then I will come back when it's time to apply the gel. So now that the cream is all in, we're gonna go ahead and put in the gel, and this, it's looking like kind of a, it's not as runny as what I'd like. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I like a really watery, liquidy kind of gel, and this definitely isn't that, but it's not as thick as some gels that I've used. So we'll just go ahead and apply, and I don't know, I don't have a name for the technique that I use. I just kind of, I put a little bit up top here, not a whole lot, just to kind of help hold down any kind of frizz that I might get up at the top. And then I kind of go through and I like to kind of slide it over my hair and then start scrunching it in. And I do that all around my head. And then we're gonna do the same again on this side. Okay, and then I also flip my head over and do the same thing going up from underneath. So now that the gel is applied, I am gonna go ahead and diffuse my hair, and then I'll be back to show you the results. And then as per usual with my review videos, I will also show you the results on day 2 and day 3 without any refreshing, so you can see how these products hold up without any interference from me. And here is my completely dry hair, and I will give you a close-up before I do anything else to it, so you can see what I've got for frizz. Minimal frizz. I do have a little bit of frizz I noticed kind of down in here, but not too bad. And my hair is feeling pretty good. And there's no cast really, but even if I use something that doesn't have a cast, I do still like to scrunch in my oil, my finishing oil, and just kind of break everything up and then give my hair a good fluff afterwards. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, and I'm using the Farewell Frizz Rosehip Argan and Coconut Oil Blend. So I'm just gonna do 1 pump of that. Might actually need to use a second one. This is a little bit different than my Verb Ghost Oil. And I just like to work it in on the top of my hair, just kind of go over like this, which helps with frizz. And then I start going and working it in by scrunching. So this is with my hair all scrunched. And as you can see, like I said, even though there wasn't a crunch in there, this did kind of help break things apart a little bit, break up those clumps just a little bit and kind of fluff them out. And now I'm gonna go in and really give my hair a fluff to see how much volume I can get out of this. And I just go up underneath, give my hair a good shake. So giving my hair a good fluff definitely gave me quite a bit more volume. And you can see I still have some really nice defined curls and minimal amount of frizz that really didn't kick up a whole lot more frizz. And then here's the other side. So some pretty good looking curls here. I have to say I'm pretty happy with how this all turned out, and I'm happy with how my hair is looking. And Like I said, it feels pretty good. It doesn't feel over moisturized. It actually feels like it's kind of on the verge of having just a touch too much protein in it, but it's not horrible. It doesn't feel dry. It doesn't feel brittle or anything like that, but my hair does really love protein. So that's probably why it's not too much of an issue, because I did take a look at the ingredients on their website for these products, and the Curl Charisma ones all have a fair amount of protein in them. So there is quite a bit. So if your hair really likes protein, it's going to really love these products. So I'm definitely liking the results so far on day one. And I really think that I've got some nice fluffy bouncy curls. I've got some shine. I don't have a ton of frizz. I do have some. It's not horrible though. And I think I would definitely have less if there was a cast. I always get less frizz when I use products that give my hair a cast, and then I also find that I can get more days out of my wash day with less frizz. But for a product that doesn't have a cast, this actually isn't too bad as far as frizz goes. So I'm not too upset about that, but we will see how it holds up over the next few days, if it starts to get frizzier or what it does. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this off for today, and I will be back tomorrow to show you my day 2 results. And here is day 2 hair, and I'm just gonna give you a close-up of the frizz. And I don't have too much frizz there. I have more than yesterday, but not too bad. And you can see there's some along here and some along here, and my curls are holding up pretty well. I don't know if I would call this a firm hold yet, but it is definitely a medium to firm hold as far as the hold on the gel goes. And my hair is feeling pretty good, not as moisturized as I would like it to feel. I can definitely tell that these products have more protein, and even though I am definitely liking them, I think that I would probably mix and match with some other products just to get a little bit more moisture in there and get everything a little bit more balanced. But as far as what I am seeing, everything's looking pretty good for day 2. I've got, some still nicely defined curls that haven't been stretched out or smashed from sleeping on it. All I've done is taken it out of the bonnet and just let it settle. So I'm gonna go ahead and shake my hair up and see if we can get a little bit more volume out of this. And that definitely gave me some volume, so I'm really liking the volume that I'm getting with these products. And they're giving me volume without giving me a ton of frizz, unlike some other volumizers that I've tried, specifically the InnerSense, the I Create Volume or I Create Lift Foam. That gave me a lot of volume, but it also gave me a lot of frizz. These are giving me some really decent volume here and not a lot of frizz. Like I said, I would really like to feel a little bit more moisture in my hair, or it's not parched and it's not exceedingly dry, but it is definitely not as moisturized as I would like. But otherwise, as far as everything is looking, I really like it. I don't hate the way that my hair feels, but that can easily be adjusted by just adding something that's a little bit more moisturizing. So for day 2, I am pretty happy so far, and I will be back tomorrow to show you my final day results and also to give you my final review on these products. See you tomorrow. So here we are on day 3, and this is what we're looking at. And as you can see, I don't even need to get that close up. I have a lot more frizz today, and I will show you closer up too so you can see. So yeah, I definitely have quite a bit more frizz today than I did yesterday, and I have more frizz overall than what I typically do on day 3. But I do still have some pretty decent curls, and my curls haven't really gotten smashed down or stretched out or anything like that. So given the condition of my curls and that they're still holding on pretty good, I would have to say this is probably somewhere between a medium and a firm hold gel. However, I really would like it if it had a little bit more frizz control, and that might be partly because it didn't create a cast, and generally gels that don't give me a cast will not control the frizz for very long, but that's not always true. Sometimes I do run across things that don't have a cast and it does last a long time. However, it just didn't this time. I do have quite a bit of frizz, but like I said, the hold is pretty decent, so I'm pretty happy with the hold. I just really would like a lot less frizz, and my hair is feeling a little on the dry side. Not horrible, and it doesn't feel in really bad shape, but I can tell that there's a lot of protein in these products, which there's a fair amount of protein in all of the curl products. The other two products that I used that were from the Frizz line, they do not have protein in them, but the others do, and they have very similar combination of ingredients throughout. So I'm definitely feeling that on my hair right now, and that may even be part of the reason why I have so much more frizz. So for me, I tend to mix and match products anyway. I don't usually use products all from one brand, and when I did my review on Trelux, I explained that a little bit more in depth as to why I don't like that and why I much prefer to mix and match. And basically, I just like to use whatever is going to be best for my hair as I'm going along through my washing and styling routine. So anyway, I have not done anything to my hair other than take it out of the bonnet and let it settle like usual. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it a little bit of a fluff, which is probably going to make it frizzier. So yeah, that definitely made it frizzier, but it gave me more volume. And that's the other thing that I'm liking about this is the volume that it gave me. And it does feel on the lighter weight side. Like I don't feel like I have, you know, these products don't feel like they have a lot of weight to them. So I think that for the most part, a good majority of hair types are going to be able to use this. Just that if your hair can't handle a lot of protein, you might not want to use every single product from the line. You might want to mix and match with other things and, you know, maybe try one or just two of the products. So each one of these products in the Curl Charisma line, I do like them individually. So like the shampoo, I felt like it cleansed my hair. I felt like my hair felt in really good shape afterwards. And then the conditioner, it had good slip. It left my hair in good condition. And I really liked the clumping and the definition that I got from the curl cream, and the gel has some pretty decent hold. I just don't have enough frizz control. So like I said earlier, I would definitely mix and match with something else to kind of help me get that frizz control. So probably the curl cream with maybe a different gel or something like that. And then the other two things that I used that were not part of the Curl Charisma were part of the Frizz line. And then the leave-in conditioner, a couple of ingredients that might be kind of a problem there is it's got glycerin and it's pretty high up on the ingredients list. And then it also has coconut oil in it. And then the oil that I use also has coconut oil in it. So if your hair doesn't like coconut oil, or if you live in a humid climate, the glycerin might be an issue for you. So those are just two things to keep in mind if you're thinking about purchasing these products. But otherwise, I did like both of those as well. And I really liked that I mixed them in and, you know, kind of broke up the Curl Charisma line a little bit. But I also did that because I really didn't find anything within the Curl Charisma line that was like the leave-in, and it doesn't have an oil either. So I definitely am glad that I picked those up and mixed those in with the Curl Charisma. And all of these products are probably something that I'm going to use again. I'm just not probably going to use them all together. I do think they're pretty good. I would like to see if there's something that I can do to not have as much frizz and to kind of improve the feel of my hair. Because I would like it to feel a little bit more moisturized than what it does right now. It just feels a little bit dry. So yeah, so I think a lot of that is the amount of protein, or probably the fact that it's, you know, very similar ingredients, combinations of ingredients in all of the products, leaving my hair kind of looking, you know, frizzy and feeling a little bit dry and having like a little bit of the residue of just a touch too much protein. So anyway, overall, I like each and every one of these products individually. They're all going to be something that I use going forward, just probably not going to use them together. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this review. And if you like this video, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you'd like to see more content like this, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. If you have any questions, comments, or anything that you'd like to see, please leave that down below in my comment section. And as always, thank you for watching. Bye.